Hello and welcome to Enterprise IT World MIA and CIOTV.live. Today it is day 3 at Gitex. We are meeting senior leaders, stakeholders of different organizations, including the vendors, customers, and the partners, trying to understand from them about their expectation and their preparedness about Gitex. Now I have a representative of OPSWAT, Mr. Saif Al Refai. He is Manager Solutions Engineering. Saif, thank you very much for taking time out and speaking to Enterprise IT World MIA.
Thank you for having me.
How has been your experience so far for last two and a half days?
Yeah, it's been great so far. We've been meeting a lot of great people out here, showcasing our technology and different next-gen solutions, and it gives us an opportunity to interact with our business partners, our partners with other vendors, and also a great crowd here of IT experts and technology enthusiasts as well.
If you can start with very quickly about your organization, that will be a kickoff for our conversation.
So OPSWAT is a global leader when it comes to critical infrastructure protection, which means that we provide both IT cybersecurity products and tools, as well as OT cybersecurity products and tools, and also IT OT convergence tools as well. So we have a single unified platform called MetaDefender, which is a comprehensive platform that can protect and detect cyber attacks from any source.
So, from your reckoning, what are some of the big threats that the critical infrastructure sector is facing now? Because this is very unstable as far as market is concerned.
Absolutely.
What do you say about it?
So it's always a more difficult challenge securing critical infrastructure as opposed to like typical, maybe more commercial IT networks. As you may know, critical infrastructure is usually being targeted by advanced persistent threats. They are using sophisticated attacks. They are using tailor-made malware, and it's usually even part of a bigger espionage operation. So I think advanced malware is a huge problem for critical infrastructure networks. I believe also supply chain attacks are an issue. Now there's more and more emphasis on compliance with supply chain and not just with first-party partners as well. And I believe also the advent of AI and Gen AI as well has been also an accelerator, unfortunately, of good things, but also of malicious behavior as well.
So, rightly said, AI and Gen AI, from both the sides, from the attacker and defender side,
Absolutely.
This new technology is creating havoc, more so for the bad guys, the hackers actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously a lot of our customers, they always want to know, they want to use the latest technology, they want to use the state-of-the-art technology, and they keep asking us about what are you using AI for? How are you using AI to protect us? But what we should be focusing on is actually how the bad actors are using the AI. Now, in my opinion, I would see that just the sheer scalability that AI presents for the attacker, it helps them become more efficient in their attacks, attack on a much higher scale.
Automated also.
Exactly,
Yeah.
automated, much faster. Also the complexity of the attack and just like having built-in evasive tactics and techniques into the malware also is much easier to be done with AI rather than without AI. As well as just the barrier for entry for a hacker is much lower now. You don't need to be a skilled coder. You can just buy malware as a service, or ransomware as a service, or you can just use the capabilities of Gen AI to write the malware for you. So that introduces a bigger number of cyber criminals and cyber attackers into the wild, into the internet.
Saif, as you know, this is a very large region.
Right.
and is very vulnerable also, because uh, lifeline of any organization, physical lifeline, that comes from this part.
Exactly.
So what are the typical conversations that you are having when you meet the customers?
Well, yes, absolutely. It's a very large region and in a very strategic, location for good,
Absolutely.
for the best and
Yes.
for the worst.
Yes.
Because we are, we're in the Middle East, we're in the middle of the world. We see the cyber attacks that are happening in the Far East, but are also happening in the Far West. Uh, that also makes us more, let's say, exposed to more advanced threats, but also gives us the opportunity to be more aware and to have more threat intelligence as well in the region. I would say, but that being said, people here, the governments, the commercial side, they're all, I would say, they have a very high level of expertise when it comes to cybersecurity. They're quite aware of the advanced threats and new things that are coming out in the field, and they're constantly asking for the latest technology, the best technology, and as well they are willing also to invest in cybersecurity as well, which is very, very important. Which is, I can't say the same about other regions around the world. So we are very lucky to be here in the Middle East and to be in this industry as well.
Okay, it's very sophisticated and dynamic also, as you
Yes.
said. So when you do have this conversation with your customers, what are those typical points, 3 4 points that you are telling them that they should be aware of, they should be
Right.
considering?
So for my customers, I always tell them to diversify their security portfolio. You can ask questions, consult with different companies, with different vendors, see what the market is looking like. Try as best as you can to achieve a zero trust architecture. So this means you don't trust any file, you don't trust any device. Try to use prevention without detection rather than detection-based prevention. And I think some certain technologies are quite essential for specifically for critical infrastructure. So especially for my critical infrastructure customers, I would ask them to be using purposely made critical infrastructure technology rather than refurbished typical IT tech that's now being used for critical infrastructure.
You've been into this sector for many years. What are the USPs that you offer to the customers, and how the customers get benefited out of adapting your technology?
Right. So our approach is that we believe in a comprehensive platform. So when you say critical infrastructure, usually it's a combination of different network architectures. So our customers would be using the cloud, they would be using completely air-gapped networks, they would be using on-prem networks. So this complexity obviously proposes a challenge, but our approach aims to unify or be very comprehensive when it comes to the type of networks that we see. Also, we like to do we like to use purposely built technology. So not just any cybersecurity solution will work. It has to be targeted for or created for critical infrastructure networks. And we also believe in the enablement of our customers and their workforce. So obviously, it's not just about the technology; it's about the people as well. And we aim to empower the people and make them more aware of cyber attacks. And we also do this through our academy at OPSWAT Academy as well.
And what is your expectation from Gitex this year?
Well, Gitex is always great, and it's been great so far these past couple of days. Our expectations is that we are trying to show our customers our latest technology and our latest innovations when it comes to critical infrastructure protection. And we have a critical infrastructure protection lab. You can see real life attacks happening in real time. You can understand how the hackers work and how they try to penetrate your network, and we can show you this live, and we can show you also how to protect it as well.
Thank you, Saif. Pleasure having you here and listening to you about OPSWAT's unique value proposition that you are offering to the customers.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.